If you're watching this video, you are curious enough to click the link on my Instagram close friends list, or someone sent you this link because they're like, oh, check it out. He decided to upload long form content. Either or, let's see how this goes. This is pilot episode 1 of The Panic Room. Andrew, what the heck? You're doing podcasts now? I don't know. I'm just gonna try something new. This is gonna be super scuffed. I am completely unprofessional with this stuff. You're gonna hear maybe my iPhone go off while I'm doing this. You don't see me with that little special microphone or anything like that. I'm just talking through my AirPods right now. I'm not gonna do any kind of editing or anything like that. Just gonna give this a shot and just see how it goes. Apparently, people are just like, oh, I would love to listen to you like put something out there that's like longer form as a whole. I'm not going to go on Spotify. I don't know any of that junk. I don't listen to podcasts at all. This is just going to be a YouTube unlisted video that I put up there. But even though it's an unlisted video, I do encourage anyone here that does listen to drop a comment at the very least. I'll do the whole spiel like, oh, it helps the algorithm. It helps like me as a creator. I'm not even listing this thing. I'm not going to monetize it or anything like that. Like, I'm just curious more than anything else. I mean, I know some of you people just like to lurk and just like look at my stuff, but feel free just to drop a comment and like, if you think there's something cool, why not? The Panic Room was kind of the idea of, well, Jeff actually gave this idea and I thought it was actually pretty cool. So props to Jeff. You probably use ChatGPT, but I mean, even if someone uses ChatGPT, there is a skill to that. I mean, when I was younger, it was about Google, and people were good at Googling and people were bad at Googling. And same thing goes with ChatGPT or any other type of AI garbage these days. Like, it's all about writing your prompts. So props to him. He did give me the idea of this name, so I will shout him out. I think Panic Room is a pretty appropriate name. For those that don't know, a panic room is kind of like a safe space or a safe shelter in case of like natural disaster or whatever the heck. So people that have like means or money, like they'll have like a special room or something that there's like, oh, if there's going to be a tornado, if there's going to be some kind of natural disaster, I'm going to go to that panic room just to like protect myself from the outside. And for me, I'd like to believe that I'm the type of person that just kind of I think I have a filter, but at the end of the day, like I like to talk about certain things very authentically, very directly. Some people have said that, like, oh, like if you start a podcast, even if you get canceled, I'd still support you. So we'll see about that. We'll see about that. But yeah, I think podcast or long form content, something I have been interested in. I'm just admittedly a little lazy. I'm not the type that's gonna like make something in Adobe to kind of like stitch it up or whatever. I'm not the type to use the TikTok CapCut uh, app to just be like all editing or whatever. Like even when I do my Ripon talks, I like Ripon talks because it's usually just one take for those. It has to be one take actually, because when I open a pack of cards for a rip and talk, I can't put the cards back into the pack. So it is a bit of a stream of consciousness. But the thing with a podcast or something that's long form, I feel more of a need to like prepare for it, to script it and things like that, because I feel like there needs to be a bit of a direction with it. And I think for me, I just have a bit of skepticism sometimes with that, and I think it just makes it seem like I'm like pruning my content or like I'm pruning my opinion and things like that, and that's just me trying to hold some kind of quote unquote high standard of being authentic or whatever. But yeah, I mean, thanks again for tuning in. We'll see how this goes as a pilot. Pilot episodes are designed as like almost like a test flight to be like, oh, let's introduce the characters of a TV show, let's introduce the plots, let's see if anyone even has an interest in it. Me, I am just a 37-year-old guy that has grew up in New Jersey, moved to Michigan, lived in Michigan for about 15 years, moved back now. Someone that just has a lot of different thoughts, someone that has a really, really messed up or broken set of experiences, but they've shaped me. One that's trying to improve myself in different ways. One that is has a lot of quirks. Someone that could be borderline deemed as like a little crazy, just because of just some stupid habits that he has, or just different like a little awkward at times, just a little rough around the edges. that's just what I am as a person. And I think what my goal is that when I do this type of thing, it's one for me just to, I guess maybe self-reflect while I also talk about things, but I think it's also a way to just kind of inspire or get some people that listen to this to start thinking about different things and to just be reflective as a whole. Um, I actually personally despise podcasts. I hate podcasts and I hate podcasters. I think there are some legitimate ones, like back in the day when I think of the podcasts that kind of blew up podcasting, it was like Serial, the one about like the like that the case, and it was like raising the intention of that podcast was really just to highlight just the issues with the justice system about how like certain trials can just be messed up just due to like either lawyers are ill prepared, certain things get thrown out of evidence, or just things, circumstances of the times, it's like, but then things that they always do like a sponsored by MailChimp or like all that other junk about advertisement. And I saw podcasts as just a quick money grab for people. Like you see all these different like content creators like Pokey Aim, Ludwig, or like anyone can make a podcast. Anyone can be the main character. Anyone can just pick up a mic. That's the thing, like these days. Like anyone can do a YouTube live, anyone can do an Instagram live, like anyone can make content these days. And I just hate podcasts because it's just lazy content, in my opinion. All a person is doing is literally just yapping and just talking. These are just people that, like, maybe if they have an experience of some sort, like, cool, like, wow, you're like on the set of Friends, or like, oh, you were a part of some really big project or whatever, or like, who knows? I mean, look at me, I'm unprofessional. I'm just picking my phone and I'm just checking one of my Discord notifications because maybe a Pokemon drop is occurring right now. But yeah, I mean, again, like anyone can be a podcaster, and like it's just a way to cannibalize your audience and whatever the heck. And I feel like that's just very like messed up. It's like, oh, like buy my merch, whatever. Like these are just people that are just yapping about stuff, and like they probably have a very terrible opinion, to be honest, too. Like they live in a bubble, they haven't experienced anything, they're just saying like, oh, of course, that's like, like they say like the wildest things. They're just trying to, they create engagement bait where they, or rage bait, where they say something that's so controversial, gets clipped, and drives traffic to their podcast. So I just hate podcast culture, but for some reason everyone loves podcasts. I think I think it's an interesting thing because I think it's a way to have a non-committed social connection with a person through a podcast. At least when you listen to a podcast, it feels almost like you're having a conversation with somebody. You're just listening to them talk, but you learn more about them. It's like you're building a friendship with them, but in a very non-committal way. It can happen whenever you want at your convenience, while you're driving, while you're on the train, just put it on, have that conversation with a person. It's kind of like how today's culture is like there's so many group chats that are out there. Like you always are part of a group chat, but sometimes that one-on-one conversation is just a lot less common. Like I think yeah, I think it's just very interesting that we live in that type of world where like there's almost a comfort of just being part of a group chat because you get to be committed to a group. You don't have a responsibility that if someone makes a message, you don't have to respond, but you're also not missing out on what's going on by being part of that group chat. And I think it's just kind of that reshaping of culture of just we all still want to be connected with people. We still want to be able to have, well, most people still want to be connected with people. I think we all want to be connected with people at the end of the day. I know I do. I mean, I'm a single guy. I have a family, yeah, but like, I'm not the closest with them, but I'm always down to like have fun with people. So yeah, I'm guilty of it too. I like to be part of group chats and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I just really don't like podcasts, and I think the thought of me doing a podcast is just kind of very. It makes me feel like a hypocrite, but that's actually one of my biggest issues as a whole, as a person. That like I try to think I'm better than other people. I try to think that I am above other people. Like I'm a very prideful person in that sense. Like it just comes down to like, it's like, oh, like, but I feel like I'd be a hypocrite. Like I criticize podcasters, but look at me, I'm making this panic room yap session right now. And I'm just like, what am I? Like, I don't have anything special under my name and I'm just talking, but I think it's a way to be, I guess, be expressive and creative. I have a lot of thoughts of different episodes or different things that I want to put out there as a whole or just talk about it. Who knows? Maybe if this becomes popular enough, people will be like, hey, I'd love to be part of the panic room. I'd love to be part of a conversation where we talk about something. maybe I'll do that, but I'm still gonna be me doing this like, oh, look at me, I'm just on my phone right now, like responding to a text message to somebody. I don't have a professional studio. I'm just sitting in my living room. I'm using my AirPods, stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I just, who knows what will happen with this thing? But yeah, like on the topic, I guess today, just to close things out, I'm probably gonna just explain kind of more about that thing about why I said I really don't like podcasters because it actually kind of expands upon just generally speaking a personality trait that I have as a person. Um, for me, it's quick and easy for me to kind of like judge people. I know people say that people are judgmental, but like for me, it's a mixture of ego, pride, but I think it's also just because of just naturally born observation. I think I have a really good memory, actually. One thing that when it comes to meeting different people, I've talked to a lot of different people, and I tend to like just remember things that they say about themselves or their experiences. And by doing that, I just have a very good idea of like, oh, like this person does X, Y, and Z. They've experienced these different experiences. And I actually use that memory that when I talk to new people, I figure out like, oh, they went to med school. Oh, they went through these experiences. I find a way to connect with them by using those memories that I have. So that's where I use my memory for good. But that memory also makes it so that it can be very easy to judge people because people are inconsistent and flawed. And I remember they say X, Y, and Z, but then they end up doing A, B, and C. Or they say they believe in A, B, and C, but then they end up being like, oh, I'm actually more of a D, E, F type of person. Look, I'm not even doing podcasting. Like podcast, you're supposed to just hear audio. I'm using my hands right now and just doing gestures as if it's a video. But yeah, I mean, that applied a lot to just growing up. Like, when I went to things like church or youth group, I saw hypocrites all around me. Like, I hear like youth group leaders say X, Y, and Z, but act like A, B, and C. But they get praised and worshiped almost like, oh, like these people are amazing. Uh, and I think and I hear people say different things, and I just feel like it's like, oh, like that's not genuine. That's not authentic. That's inconsistent. And for me, I'm going to be a judgy person, but then it's like, oh, but I'll try and hold myself to a really high standard and be like, oh, like I can't be the people that I judge because that'd just be hypocritical. It's a very silly circular thing to be in. And like the sooner that person learns just to accept that we're all just broken people, the easier it'll be. But like it's really hard for me to let that go. And I hate podcasters because I think there's like, oh, I think they could be really fake. They're just trying to get things for gain and for monetary. And that's the same reason why when I do my reviews, I try and be very like authentic. Like, because so many people they're just like, check out the greatest taco spot, check out the greatest dim sum spot. Like these people are just influencers. Like, like if everything is good, is anything actually good? Like they're all shills. And like for me, when I see that, I'm just like, I hate these people. I hate these people that like talk about like, oh, the newest releases from McDonald's, check it out. It's all so great. Like they're just advertising stuff. Like, I mean, I do the same thing. I advertise, but at the end of it, it's like I'll just give my opinion. Like, oh, there's a waste of money, or like, oh, like if you have the money, go ahead and spend it. But like, this is not something special. Like, this is just a glorified Asian sauce that uses K-pop demon hunters around it or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's like in general, I just struggle with fake or inauthenticness, but it comes down to me just holding things to a higher standard. I think the reality is that people do change their mind about different things, but I just really don't like that concept. I mean, like, I just don't like it that, and I also beat myself up. I know that I'm also a hypocrite. I know that I'm also a person that will just change my mind on the, like, if certain things will change, but I want to hope that I can be better than that. And it's a desire ultimately to want to be better and to want to be more. But yeah, I think it's just, oh, man, I didn't get invited to a Best Buy Pokemon drop. That's what that messages were about. But yeah, I think that's enough for an initial yap. Um, Thanks for everyone that did tune in. And again, like, please do drop a comment. This is an unlisted YouTube video. Either drop a comment or send me a DM. I'm curious about this thing. I mean, this is different. and I think it is something that I am a little, at the end of the day, I am an insecure person. And, like, I think it's like scary to put out stuff like this. It's scary to put my face on something. It's scary to just talk about myself. Well, I don't know if it's scary. I mean, I talk about a lot of things directly, but I think it takes time, and I'm not taking the time and effort to edit and slice this up, but I think I do appreciate people have told me that, like, oh, I think it's really cool. So I mean, whether it be like, message me things that you want me to talk about, or just message me to be like, oh, I thought it was pretty cool. Or you tell me this is terrible. Like, you actually suck at this. Like, I perfectly fine if you just do that rather than trying to stroke my ego or inflate my ego. Like, but yeah, I mean, I'm a judgy person at the end of the day, and I hate to say it. Like, I hold my dark thoughts and opinions about people, but I think it's also, that's actually one thing that actually really scares me is that I think I'm like, like, it's just hard not to be mean because I just observe a lot. Like, I'm very observant. I remember a lot of things. Like, it's hard to let go of grudges if you have a really good memory. And I think it's tough because I've realized that if people really knew all those dark thoughts I had, or like those opinions I have, they'd just be like, this guy is so mean. He's such a jerk. But it's just, I can't help it. Well, it's not that I can't help. I'm not trying to give an excuse. It's just kind of like, it's just hard because I just notice certain things. I just am almost used to disappointment, but it's like, I mean, it just happens. The longer you live, you're going to be dealing with more brokenness, more broken people. It's inevitable that you're going to hit disappointment. And I think that, yeah, it's tough because I think that for me, I like, I care about people, but then like in the back of my mind, it's always just running in the background, like, oh, this person said they were gonna like this, but then they changed their mind, or like, oh, this person has these quirks. I have my quirks too, and like, it's like, and that's what makes me insecure. Because I'm just like, oh, they're probably thinking about the same thing about me too. Like, oh, Andrew can somehow come off really arrogant. Oh, he can sound really cocky, or like, oh, he can be very condescending. Actually, when I lived in Michigan, actually, that was kind of like my persona a lot with a lot of different people. I think when I moved back to New Jersey, it surprised me. But I mean, people mature, people grow up. So I mean, it's natural for that to happen. But I'm just like, man, it's scary to think that if I saw myself, would I be able to forgive and overlook those things about myself? And it's hard to say that because if I had my memory and I remembered all those things and the ways I acted, it's just, it'd be hard. But I want to believe that I at least, sure, I'm a mean person, but yeah, I mean, I may be a mean person. I think that I try my very best to forgive, and I try my very best to look over different things. And I think it's great that people are willing to show that to me, but yeah, it's scary at the same time to think about. But yeah, let's see how this goes. 18 minutes. I wonder what type of people would actually listen to all 18 minutes of me just yapping by myself. But I don't know, it was also kind of fun. Maybe I'll do it again. We'll see. Thanks a lot, everyone.